Okay, now let's talk about brand logos and why I think that is important. Because a lot of people I counsel have the impression that the logo is all that matters when it comes to a brand, and that's just not true at all. And I'll cover that in my next video about all the elements of a brand. But brand logos are really important, and the quality matters. The quality matters quite a bit. So when you're developing a logo, you want to make sure you take the right amount of time. Okay, we've seen a lot of bad logos created out there, and you want it to be memorable. So whether you're creating, you're creating the famous Apple logo. We have the apple with the it's a horrible apple, but like the chunk taken out of it, the bite taken out of it. You've got the famous Nike Swish. That's a brand. You've got all the major brands. Think of everything that you use today as a customer, and here's our happy little customer, and they're going to be talking to each other. They're going to be talking to their friends and telling everybody about your brand. So you want to make sure that you come up with a quality logo. So like when I worked with this company here, Chili Cow Desserts, we wanted to create a personality, sort of an icon personality behind Chili Cow to give it a personality and make it kind of fun. You go see Chili Cow Desserts, you buy their ice cream or whatever, but make sure you really spend the time on the colors, the fonts, the logos, everything involved behind a brand logo. That's why we call it a brand logo. Okay, not just a logo. Okay, it's the brand logo. So just like some of the other logos I've showed too, where we spend a lot of time, or I spend a lot of time developing logos. I don't just crank these suckers out. Although I can work quickly, it requires the right amount of time, the right amount of passion, the right amount of input to really dig down and drill down to make sure it captures, what it is that your business is about. Like for example here, let's see, let me think of, like Simply Great Bakery. This here ended up going on like a brown craft paper stock to give it a good, simple look and feel, an organic feel. There was some thought that went behind that type of thing. When I worked with TNT Company for fly fishing products, I talked to the guy and what style fishing do you do with fly fishing, and where do you go? Colorado, the mountains. There's, what kind of lures do you use? That went into this. A lot of thought goes into logos, and I want to make sure that you spend the right amount of time when you're creating your logos. So just keep that in mind with brand logos, is that quality matters. Quality is huge. So spend the right amount of time when you're creating your brand logo.